You don't like Obama pandering to his base? It's not like the GOP doesn't do that. Welcome to Friday Fallacy. This week we're looking at the tu quoque fallacy, or appeal to hypocrisy. The tu quoque fallacy is when someone's hypocrisy is used as evidence against their argument. That is, rather than show that the claim is wrong, the person's hypocrisy is used instead. This is not a sound way of arguing, as whether someone actually follows their advice is irrelevant to their argument. That many environmentalists drive cars in no way means that cars don't harm the environment. That religious people don't follow their stated morals in no way means their morals are incorrect. Some examples of the tu quoque fallacy. Don't tell me not to smoke, you're on 2 packs a day. The US is in no position to lecture Saudi Arabia on human rights. Look at Gitmo. If you really believed in the power of prayer, then you wouldn't need doctors. Feminists say that the fashion industry hurts women, but they still wear high heels. Libertarians want less government, but they aren't queuing up to move to Somalia. Not all accusations of hypocrisy are the tu quoque fallacy. We are not always in a position to fully evaluate all of the evidence, and must make an assessment of the trustworthiness of an authority. In that case, whether someone is hypocritical or not is relevant to our assessment of their integrity. For example, if I claim that people are happiest if they give away all their money and possessions, but I haven't done that myself, then this should make you suspicious of my claims. My not following my own advice doesn't mean I am necessarily wrong, but it does make it likely. Another situation in which an accusation of hypocrisy is a valid point is when the claimant is themselves a counterexample to a claim. So someone who argues that veganism is an easy lifestyle choice and that anyone can do it, but who still uses animal products, is a good counterexample. The fact that they haven't been able to change their lifestyle is evidence that it is not as easy as they make it out to be. Similarly, Christians who argue that homosexuality is just a choice, but who are subsequently found to be engaging in gay sex, also undermine their own arguments. The reason that hypocrisy isn't evidence of the wrongness of a claim is that people often do not act entirely in accordance with their beliefs. Beliefs that require personal sacrifice, such as the value of good diet and regular exercise, fall victim to insufficient willpower. Beliefs that require collective action, such as the need to reduce our environmental footprint, are subject to the tragedy of the commons. And people can just be inconsistent in their beliefs. For example, some Republicans believe that government handouts harm society, but also accept farm subsidies. This doesn't mean that their beliefs about government grants aren't necessarily wrong, just that self-interest can trump ideology. The tu quoque fallacy is also used to avoid responding to criticism. For example, during the Cold War, when the US would criticise the USSR, the Soviet Union would often respond with criticism of the race relations in the US. While such criticisms were valid in themselves, they are irrelevant to the failings of the USSR. Similarly, when apologists accuse atheists of worshipping Darwin and dogmatically holding to a materialist worldview, this in no way justifies their own religious practices, even if it was true. In conclusion, the tu quoque fallacy is when an opponent's hypocrisy is used to rebut their argument. Until next time, keep your fallacies to yourself.